And then I said, you know, this is a mess with the obesity. How did this happen? How did it happen? Because we're not going to blame anybody, but let's go do some research and think, how did we get into this mess? So I just told a little story. Go ahead, Kate. In the 1950s was the beginning of the youngster business. And two men played a key part in influencing marketing to America's children. And that was Ray Kroc, the owner of McDonald's, and Walt Disney. And interestingly, those guys were the same age, and they grew up in the same town, and they had the same cleanliness compulsive disorder. Okay? They were compulsive about cleanliness. But they created an imaginative world for selling a lot of things. And they linked products to feelings, ideas, and dreams of kids. And they did that very cleverly. Okay? So they blended dreams with products. And I'm not going to go through all these facts. You will get this PowerPoint. If you don't, email me with this conference and the subject, and I'll send you the PowerPoint. But I just gave them a few facts. Less is more with parents. You don't want to overwhelm them. Probably the compelling thing that I said is that every child born in 2000 will develop type 2, 1 out of 4 born in 2000 will develop type 2 diabetes in their lifetime. That was a startling fact to parents. That was a startling fact. So we just gave them some, some facts. Go ahead, Kate, we're going to scream through these. About how our marketing, we spend more on marketing to kids, how kids influence purchases. Go ahead. How food commercials account for a lot of advertising on Saturday morning, how we bombard kids with, messages. Go ahead. And our fast food, how that has changed, and how we spent $6 billion in fast food in '70 and $134 billion in 2005. Okay. The aroma thing was very interesting. Aroma and memory are linked. So I took my kids to McDonald's. They got lunch. They got a toy. They played on the playground. They smelled the French fries cooking. It created a memory. When they smell French fries today, they think back either consciously or unconsciously to a pleasant moment. That was like, for me, that was like, wow, that's interesting. We're not blaming anybody. It's just like that, that's the way it was. That's the way it is. Go ahead. Keep going. This is just facts. Okay, so kids are the target audience. And where are the kids most of the time? Go ahead. School. 1976, first McDonald's in Arkansas. 30 years later, 1 in every 5 public schools in the U.S. has branded fast food. Okay, and that is an old stat. That's from Chew on This, from Eric Schlosser. I don't know if anybody's ever read it. It's an interesting book. Go ahead. And so we have a lot of things competing. Our kids are a captive audience in school. A lot of foods compete. We do a lot of fundraising, selling food, and so forth. We have cupcakes for birthday parties, stuff like that. Go ahead. Then also, we're not blaming the schools, okay? Schools were under pressure to have high test scores, and they have to have academic achievement. There was less funding for education. They had increased mandates, and food and beverage sales brought in money. The beverage contracts several years ago. If they'd have known better, they'd have done better. I'm not blaming anybody. It's just accepting how we got here, and now we know how we got here. What are we going to do to change it? That is the question.